What's up, guys? Chad back again with another product review, and what we're going to be talking about this time is ta-da, the DragonLink professional grade FPV UAV system. Now, it sucks here in Ohio this time of year. You can't fly anywhere. You can't do anything. It's too cold. It's too windy. But I have been able to get out and test it a little bit. No range stuff or anything, but more importantly, I've learned how the technology works, and we'll start off that way with hoping that when you spend the money on the technology, it's will work like it's supposed to. What I mean is, I ordered my DragonLink kit. I got two of the new micro receivers, which are awesome. I got my DragonLink box, which is awesome. The only problem is the interconnecting cable that it came with was wired up wrong. And at the end here, luckily, instead of calling and complaining and crying and whining and everything, I took the box apart and I noticed that the ground and the signal wires were reversed inside the box. But Mike was cool. He apologized for the manufacturing issue. I was able to fix it. All I had to do was swap two pins here on the back of the trainus where it plugs in back here into the JR port. So no biggie. So getting this thing up and running, pretty straightforward. I fly with the FrSky Taranis. It bolts right on with their nice connectors and everything like that. All the videos that they have and other people put online as far as like how to bind, how to set your failsafe, all that stuff, it really works. You know, I'm pretty surprised. I've tested all of it. It works flawlessly. It's pretty amazing. I guess I'll be even more amazed when I see if I can fly a plane halfway to outer space, but that's going to be a while. So, anyway, the most important thing to remember, especially if you're running one of these FrSky things, is you need to go in and turn off the internal model and turn on the external module. Then you have to basically set that to PPM. In fact, why don't I just show you here?
Welcome to FrSky Taranis. Switch warning. GPS.
Let's see here. Can everybody see this? Yeah, you can see that pretty good. How about that? Great camera work here. But that's alright. Bring that back. There you go. Turn off your internal. Turn on your external. And set how many channels you want it putting out. 8, 10, 12, however many PPM channels you want coming out. Now, that's channels that are coming out of the radio. So, those are the channels that when you go into your mixer, that's how many channels you can actually have set up and that it'll be communicating. If I added in channel 13 and wanted to put it on another switch to control something on my F450, it wouldn't work because it's not being outputted. So that's the first thing to remember whenever you're setting this bad boy up. So that's pretty much it when it comes to the main box and everything. The biggest thing is their new micro receivers. And I have them both installed, so I'm just going to have to basically show you what it looks like. You got 8 pins, channels 1 through 6. You can program all of them however you want. Number 7 is typically going to be left for PPM, and number 8 is going to be left for RSSI. That's pretty much how I have mine set up. You see on the 250 here, I've got the antenna running up the straws there. I did all that. It comes with just 2 flexible bobby ends, and they don't provide you with anything to make a stiffer antenna, which is fine. That's no big deal. It's $50 worth of straws. So anyway, let's take a look at the software. Bring the tablet back over here. And zoom in. And move this off to the side here. Alright, let's see. Is that going to show up or is that going to be too bright? Looks like it's going to be too bright. Let me go into the great advanced settings here and put that on right light. There you go. Look at that. Magic. So in here is where you set up all of the stuff on the micro channel. It's got all this extra stuff built into it for logging and advanced calibration and GPS and all this stuff, but that's really not the most important part. The most important part is basically starting out right here, where this is where you define your channels. So you can go through and you can set them up, you know, normally, how you normally would. Channel 4, 5, 6. Oh, then let's see. We'll make that one PPM instead of S-bus or whatever. And then you got analog or digital RSSI. And then over here, of course, is your PPM bus out. So you can select that to 8 or 12. And then, of course, you can assign them anything. So that's really the cool thing about it is, you know, let's say you're setting up an 8-channel PPM receiver like I have set up on the 450, but I am actually setting up 2 PWM channels on channels 9 and 10 in the Tyrannus, one for a video switcher and one for my camera gimbal. So what I would do over here is for channel 1, I just make that channel 9, and over here I make that channel 10. And actually I just showed you I have number 11 because since I put my NASA back in, I have X1 or X2, whatever, set up as a gain knob. So basically we have channel 7 is PPM, 8 is our RSSI, and then pin 1 on the micro receiver is actually going to be 9 in the radio. 2 is 10 and 3 is 11, and you plug that in with the micro USB cable, you hit save, and boom, it's done. So that's it. I mean, that's really as easy as it gets when it comes to the DragonLink. It's once you learn a few basic concepts, it's almost foolproof. Hold on one second here. So in the end, what's my overall impression of the DragonLink after spending $500 for it and 2 receivers and antennas? I'm pretty satisfied right now. I guess, like I said, I'll know more whenever I can fly to space. But for right now, getting over the hiccups of the setup at the beginning with the box and programming the transmitter. There's a great forum and thread on RC groups where everybody was really cool. Mike, of course, is awesome and answered all my questions. Again, it's a lot of money, man. You know, just like my review at the Dominators. You know, this thing is this and these receivers worth the $500. I mean, these receivers are $100 a piece. No, it's not. He's making killer cash off of this system. I understand he's not selling the tens of thousands of them a year. You know, I don't know if this is his only gig or what, but he's definitely making some pretty good profit on the things. But I think all technology these days is overpriced because, well, I mean, let's face it, it's all made with the cheapest components at the cheapest rates and everything else. But you know, this is handmade type of stuff, so I much rather prefer paying big bucks for something like these than the Fat Sharks. Even though I get a lot of enjoyment out of Fat Sharks, but this is what makes that enjoyment possible. So I have an easier time paying the big money for stuff like this versus that. Now I know there's easy UHF and open LRS and everything like that, but you know, that open source stuff and I just do not get along very well. The immersion stuff, you know, you hear good and you hear bad. I just didn't see the results and the enthusiasm online with the Easy UHF product like I did with the DragonLink. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be very satisfied, and when I start doing some 50-mile illegal flights up to 3,000 feet in the air, I will make sure I post those videos for everybody to see. So some of you can say, wow, that's great, and some of you can say that I'm destroying the hobby single-handedly. Until then, peace.